He kept trying to chip away at the mystique of how great they were. He kept saying throughout that whole two-week tournament that someone was going to beat those guys, someone was going to beat those guys. He just tried to make them more human, because back then that team was, they were inhuman. They were almost superheroes, kind of like robots. And so he just tried to chip away and make his team believe that they could do it. I mean, times were tough. I mean, I was a young boy. I grew up through the 70s, and times were tough. Gas lines. Just no one felt good about themselves, and that was what the country needed. And that's why I think it still generates so much emotion now, because people knew what it was like back in the 70s, and that was just a shot in the arm. The fact that everybody knows exactly where they were when that happened. People will come up to me and once they find out that I'm Herb Brook's son, and I was in Lake Placid, the first thing that they say to me after we meet is, I know exactly where I was. I remember that exact moment. And I don't think there's too many moments that people can say that. You got 9/11, you got the Kennedy assassination, the space shuttle blowing up. There's not too many things. Unfortunately, those were all tragedies, and this wasn't. So this wasn't a sporting event. It was really a piece of American history. It's being, they talk about, is it a it's a miracle. He I don't think he's really too crazy about that term, because of all the effort, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into that moment, what those players went through, what he went through for the 2 years prior to that. I mean, it was dedication, it was preparation, and they went out and they executed their plan. So was it a miracle? I don't know if it was a miracle. It was just a result of very, very planning and hard work. So yeah, he was very content about it. He was very pleased, obviously, and he was very proud of those players, and they did it. One memory I have was they beat the Soviets on the Friday night, and the gold medal game against the Finns was Sunday. And we didn't really get to see my father that much, because he was in Olympic Village, and he was obviously busy with the team. So finally he broke away, and it was Saturday night. We went to dinner with him, and we went into a restaurant right on Main Street, right in Lake Placid, and it was packed. Main Street was packed. We had a little table. We finally get to see, my dad. My sister was, probably 7 or 8 at the time, and I just remember my dad just had his head down the whole time and was scribbling line combinations, literally for an hour and a half. Didn't say a word, just sat there like this, scribbling line combinations. And then the next morning they went out and beat Finland, came back from 2-1, won the gold medal, and our lives changed.